Looking good? Okay. So Christmas for 2016, we went away and visited our family, and so everyone was there. Alana wasn't feeling so well, so we were kind of getting through the trip. She didn't want to eat. She was just not feeling herself. When we came home, we ended up taking her to the doctor, and at the hospital, they let us know that she had leukemia. All that we could think about was, how do we fight this as strong as we can, as quickly as we can, so that we can all be together. For the next 3 months, Alana spent probably 90 or 95% of her time in the hospital. And we had gotten to a point at the end of her third treatment where she was doing really well, that she was cancer-free. And we were like, yes, this is awesome. We're gonna get to the bone marrow transplant. About 8 weeks later, we found out that her cancer had returned. And so from that moment, I think we were just very determined to spend as much time together as a family as possible. We had been in contact with the Callahan Foundation, and we were able to go spend a night as a family watching hockey, which was really unique because Alana had never been to a hockey game before. And the entire way, on the way to the stadium, I just remember her saying, like, I want to see a fight. I want to see them go at it. And it just brought her so much joy to think about that. In meeting the Callahans, they invited us to go out on a family trip. And so we were sent on a vacation to the Tradewinds out in Clearwater so that we could have a little bit more time just to spend with our family. So the Tradewinds was so amazing. They treated us literally like royalty.
We get to the room and she starts going through the whole hotel room and saying, well, this is my bed, this is Scotty's bed, this is where Bella goes.
Like, they had these beautiful windows that must have been 20 or more feet long.
Opening all the doors and windows so she could enjoy the beach.
And Alana would sit out on the balcony just overlooking the water, and she'd be like, isn't this just perfect? Isn't this amazing?
With her sisters, they love, for all four of us to start digging a hole in the sand and bury me in it. That's like their favorite thing since they've been little. So we did that on the trip.
Just how nice to not have to think about what was coming ahead of us, and just be able to enjoy each other. It was really amazing.
I just want to say to the Ryan Callahan Foundation, thank you very much for allowing us to have like a great memory with my daughter.
Right after our trip to the Tradewinds, we had found this trial. Rafi and I took Alana and we went up to Seattle. We had some really promising results in the beginning, and so we thought she was going to do really well. And we were talking with the doctors about her getting a second bone marrow transplant, which would have been her road to potentially a cure. But while she was there, she ended up coming down with a fungal infection, which got into her lungs. And because she had been on these chemo treatments, etc., her immune system was just so defeated. I think there came a point where we just knew there was no turning back. The doctors had given us good indication that she wasn't going to make it past that infection. And so we wanted to give her the option of where she wanted to be. And she, of course, wanted to come home so she could be with everyone, surrounded by her things. It was a little bit of a thing, but we got her home. And 8 days later, she passed away. But she was at home with her family. I don't think people really understand what it means to have a child with cancer. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible disease. And to have to watch your daughter fight through that is probably the worst thing that anyone can imagine. I think what's so important about the cause that you guys are fighting, the Ryan Callahan Foundation is fighting, is that it gives you time. It gives you memories. You know, we don't have our daughter, but we have those memories. We have that time that was so sacred to us, where we just got to be together. And I think that is more precious than anything else.